Welcome to our channel. If you have a stock you'd like us to analyze, drop it in the comments below. Your support helps us improve our content, so consider buying us a thanks to help us get a new computer for making even better videos. Today we're putting 4 stocks under the microscope: AtlasClear Holdings ATCH, BEEM Global BEM, Butterfly Network BFLY, and Bullish BLSH. We'll break down each stock's recent performance, technical indicators, and possible scenarios for the next trading day. Ready to analyze these stocks from every angle? Let's get started. Let's begin with AtlasClear Holdings, ticker symbol ATCH. Over the past 3 months, ATCH has seen extreme volatility, with dramatic price swings and huge volume spikes. The stock started around 0.1973 and traded in a tight range until late July when volatility picked up. The most significant action happened in late August and September, with a high of 1.92 on September 17. The latest session closed at 1.17, a sharp pullback but still well above early August levels. This sets the stage for a deeper look into what's driving these wild moves. Diving into price and volume, ATCH had several extraordinary trading days. Notably, July 29, August 4, September 12, 15, and 17 all saw massive volume, indicating strong institutional activity. The biggest price moves happened on these high-volume days, suggesting major players were behind the action. This kind of volume and volatility often points to either a battle between buyers and sellers or news-driven events. The recent record volumes highlight just how much attention this stock is getting. Looking at moving averages, the short-term SMA 5 and EMA 5 are both below the current price, signaling short-term bullish momentum. However, the longer-term averages like the SMA 200 and EMA 200 are still above the current price, reflecting the stock's volatile journey. The moving averages are compressing, which often suggests a trend change could be on the horizon. This compression is a key technical signal for traders watching for the next big move. VWAP for ATCH is slightly below the current price, indicating that recent trades are happening above the average price paid by traders. EMAs are generally higher than SMAs for shorter periods, which points to recent price strength. The compression of moving averages suggests the stock is at a critical decision point after all the recent volatility. Traders are watching closely to see if ATCH will break out or pull back further. The near regression analysis shows an upward trend for ATCH, especially in recent weeks. The stock has traded both above and below the regression line, but the current price is above it after the recent surge. This means ATCH is outperforming its statistical trend for now, though the overall trend remains positive. This is an encouraging sign for bulls, but the volatility means anything can happen next. Given the recent sharp pullback to 1.17, and the stock's position above key short-term moving averages, the opening price for the next trading day is likely to be in the 1.15 to 1.25 range. This reflects the high volatility and uncertainty after such dramatic moves. Traders should be prepared for either a continuation of the pullback or a quick rebound, depending on market sentiment and overnight development. Key resistance levels for ATCH are at 1.83, 1.92, and psychological points at 2 and 2.5. Support is found at 0.8582, 0.821, and 0.67. With the current price at 1.17, it's closer to resistance than support, suggesting a possible rebound if buyers step in. Intraday, the stock is known for wild swings, so traders should watch these levels closely for potential breakouts or breakdown. Based on recent volatility, the average true range ATR14 for ATCH is estimated at 0.3 to 0.5. This means the next trading day could see highs around 1.5 to 1.7 and lows near 0.8 to 1, using 1.17 as the midpoint. Such a wide range highlights the risk and reward potential for active traders in this stock. There are 3 possible scenarios for ATCH. In a bullish case, strong volume could push the stock back to 1.83 or even retest the 1.92 high. In a bearish scenario, continued selling could drag it down to 0.8582 or even 0.67. A neutral outcome would see the stock consolidating between 0.9 and 1.4 as traders digest the recent volatility. Each scenario comes with its own risks and opportunity. Summary: ATCH is in a highly volatile, speculative phase. Short-term indicators are bullish, but the stock remains below its long-term averages, making the overall trend uncertain. Extraordinary volume suggests a battle between buyers and sellers or news-driven events. Extreme caution is advised for traders as sharp reversals are possible. The stock offers high risk but also the potential for significant rewards if momentum resumes. Next up is BEEM Global, ticker BEM. Over the last 3 months, BEM has seen significant volatility with sharp price swings. The stock started around 1.44, rallied to a peak of 3.4 in late July, then corrected to about 2.2 in early August. Since then, it's been consolidating with a slight upward bias. The latest session closed at 3.04, a strong bullish move that brings it close to the July high. EEM's volume patterns show key accumulation and distribution points, especially on June 26, July 17, and September 18. These high-volume days suggest significant institutional activity. The strong price move on September 18, with nearly 30 million shares traded, indicates robust buying interest and possibly the start of a new uptrend. The price-volume relationship confirms healthy accumulation during rallies. Short-term moving averages for BEM, including the SMA 5 and EMA 5, are both below the current price, signaling bullish momentum. Medium-term averages also support this view, and even the long-term averages are below the current price, suggesting a positive long-term trend. This alignment of moving averages is a strong technical signal for continued upside, provided the momentum holds. VWAP for BEM is below the current price, which is a bullish signal. EMAs are generally higher than SMAs for shorter periods, indicating recent price strength. The convergence of short-term moving averages around the current price suggests a potential consolidation or a decision point for the next move. Traders are watching for a breakout or a pause in the rally. Linear regression analysis for BEEM shows an overall upward trend despite the volatility. The stock has mostly traded above the regression line, with the current price still above it after the recent surge. This suggests BEM is outperforming its statistical trend, which is a positive sign for bulls looking for further upside. Given the strong bullish close at 3.04 with high volume, BEM is likely to open between 3.05 and 3.15 on the next trading day. This range reflects the positive momentum and the possibility of a gap up due to overnight accumulation. Traders should be alert for a continuation of the rally or a quick reversal if resistance holds. Key resistance levels for BEM are at 3.22, 3.4, and psychological levels at 3.5 and 4. Support is found at 2.77, 2.52, and 2.35. With the current price at 3.04, the stock is closer to resistance, suggesting a potential test of these levels soon. Intraday BEM tends to have strong morning moves followed by afternoon consolidation. Average true range, ATR 14, for BEM is estimated at 0.2 to 0.3. This means the next trading day could see highs around 3.25 to 3.35 and lows near 2.75 to 2.85, using 3.04 as the midpoint. The relatively tight range compared to ATCH suggests less risk but still plenty of opportunity for active traders. BEM, the bullish scenario is a breakout above 3.22 with strong volume, potentially pushing the stock toward the July high of 3.4 or higher. A bearish scenario would see the stock rejected at resistance and pulling back to 2.77 or even 2.52. A neutral scenario involves consolidation between 2.85 and 3.2 as traders wait for clearer signals. Each path has its own set of risks and rewards. Summary: BEM is in a short-term bullish phase after a strong recovery from August lows. Technical indicators support further upside, but traders should watch for a confirmed breakout above 3.22 with sustained volume. Keep an eye on support levels in case of a pullback. The recent high volume suggests institutional involvement, which could fuel continued momentum if market conditions stay favorable. Now let's look at Butterfly Network, ticker BFLY. Over the past 3 months, BFLY has seen significant volatility with an overall downward trend, punctuated by sharp spikes both up and down. The stock started around 2.02, dropped to 1.3 in early August, then recovered to 1.71 in late August. The latest session closed at 1.89, a strong bullish move that brings it close to the August highs. FLY's volume patterns show key accumulation and distribution days, especially on June 27, July 23, August 1, and September 18. These high-volume days suggest significant institutional activity. The strong price move on September 18, with nearly 14 million shares traded, indicates robust buying interest and possibly the start of a new uptrend. The price-volume relationship confirms healthy accumulation during rallies. Short-term moving averages for BFLY, including the SMA 5 and EMA 5, are both below the current price, signaling short-term bullish momentum. Medium-term averages also support this view. However, the long-term averages are well above the current price, indicating the long-term trend is still negative. This mixed picture is important for traders to consider. VWAP for BFLY is well above the current price, which is a bearish signal from a broader perspective. EMAs are generally higher than SMAs for shorter periods, indicating recent price strength. The convergence of short-term moving averages below the current price supports the short-term bullish view, but the long-term trend remains a concern. Linear regression analysis for BFLY shows a downward trend over the past 3 months. The stock has mostly traded below the regression line, but the current price is now slightly above it after the recent surge. This means BFLY is performing a bit better than its statistical trend, but the overall direction is still negative. Given the strong bullish close at 1.89 with high volume, BFLY is likely to open between 1.9 and 1.95 on the next trading day. This range reflects the positive momentum and the possibility of a gap up due to overnight accumulation. However, traders should be wary of the long-term downtrend and watch for signs of reversal. Key resistance levels for BFLY are at 2, 2.17 and psychological points at 2.2 and 2.5. Support is found at 1.66, 1.6 and 1.5. With the current price at 1.89, the stock is closer to resistance, suggesting a potential test of these levels soon. Intraday, BFLY tends to have strong morning moves followed by afternoon consolidation. Average true range, ATR 14, for BFLY is estimated at 0.15 to 0.2. This means the next trading day could see highs around 2.05 to 2.1 and lows near 1.7 to 1.75, using 1.89 as the midpoint. The relatively tight range suggests less risk than ATCH or BLSH, but still enough movement for active traders. BFLY, the bullish scenario is a breakout above 2 with strong volume, potentially pushing the stock toward the July high of 2.17 or higher. A bearish scenario would see the stock rejected at resistance and pulling back to 1.66 or even 1.6. A neutral scenario involves consolidation between 1.7 and 2 as traders wait for clearer signals. Each path has its own set of risks and rewards. Summary: BFLY is in a short-term bullish phase after a strong recovery from recent lows. Technical indicators support further upside, but the stock remains in a long-term downtrend. Traders should watch for a confirmed breakout above 2 with sustained volume while keeping an eye on support levels in case of a pullback. The recent high volume suggests institutional involvement, but the long-term trend remains a concern. Finally, let's analyze bullish ticker BLSH. This stock has experienced extreme volatility since it began trading in August. It started around 90, plunged to 47.88 by early September, and then recovered to close at 65.61 on September 18. The latest session was a strong bullish move, but the stock is still well below its initial trading price. LSH's volume analysis shows extraordinary trading days, especially on August 13, August 14, and September 18. These high-volume days indicate strong institutional activity. The steepest price declines happened on the highest volume days, suggesting significant distribution. The recent surge with high volume could signal either a capitulation bottom or the start of a short squeeze. Short-term moving averages for BLSH, including the SMA 5 and EMA 5, are both below the current price, signaling short-term bullish momentum. Medium-term averages also support this view. However, the VWAP is above the current price, indicating that traders who bought at higher levels are still at a loss. This mixed technical picture is important for traders to consider. EMAs are generally higher than SMAs for all periods, indicating recent price strength. The convergence of short-term moving averages below the current price supports the short-term bullish view. However, the stock is still trading below the VWAP, which is a bearish signal from a broader perspective. Traders should be cautious and watch for confirmation of a trend reversal. Linear regression analysis for BLSH shows a downward trend since it started trading. The stock has mostly traded below the regression line, and even after the recent surge it remains below this line. This means BLSH is still underperforming its statistical trend, suggesting significant weakness remains despite the recent bounce. Given the strong bullish close at 65.61 with high volume, BLSH is likely to open between 65 and 67 on the next trading day. This range reflects the recent momentum, but also the uncertainty following such a dramatic decline and recovery. Traders should be prepared for continued volatility and quick reversals. Key resistance levels for BLSH are at 66.48, 71.74, and psychological points at 70 and 80. Support is found at 57.12, 53.01, and 48.29. With the current price at 65.61, the stock is closer to resistance, suggesting a potential test of these levels soon. Intraday BLSH is known for extreme volatility and large price swings. Average true range, ATR 14 for BLSH is estimated at 5 to 7. This means the next trading day could see highs around 70 to 73 and lows near 60 to 63, using 65.61 as the midpoint. Such a wide range highlights the high risk and reward potential for active traders in this stock. BLSH, the bullish scenario is a breakout above 66.48 with strong volume, potentially pushing the stock towards 71.74 or even 80. A bearish scenario would see the stock rejected at resistance and pulling back to 57.12 or even 48.29. A neutral scenario involves consolidation between 58 and 68 as traders wait for clearer signals. Each path has its own set of risks and reward. Summary: BLSH is attempting a recovery from extreme oversold conditions after a catastrophic decline. Technical indicators show short-term bullish momentum, but the stock remains in a strong downtrend. Extraordinary volume suggests either a capitulation bottom or a short squeeze. Extreme caution is advised as sharp reversals are possible. Confirmation of a trend reversal would require sustained price action above key resistance level. Now that we've analyzed ATCH, BEM, BFLY, and BLSH individually, let's compare their current situations. ATCH and BLSH are both highly volatile and speculative, with big swings and high risk. BEM and BFLY show more structured trends, with BEM in a short-term bullish phase and BFLY recovering from a downtrend. All four stocks have seen significant institutional activity, making them interesting for active traders. Throughout our analysis, we've referenced several key technical concepts: moving averages, VWAP, ATR, and linear regression. Moving averages help identify trends, VWAP shows the average price paid by traders, ATR measures volatility, and linear regression helps spot the overall trend direction. Understanding these tools is crucial for making informed trading decisions. In trading volatile stocks like these, it's vital to use risk management strategies. Set stop-loss orders, size your positions appropriately, and avoid overtrading. Remember, high volatility means high risk and potential for sharp reversals. Always do your own research and never risk more than you can afford to lose. Stay disciplined and stick to your trading plan. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into ATCH, BEM, BFLY, and BLSH. Each stock presents unique opportunities and risks, so stay alert and trade wisely. If you found this analysis helpful, let us know in the comments which stock you want us to cover next. Don't forget to support the channel if you'd like to see more in-depth videos. Until next time, happy trading.